Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up on Open Mic Night, we have Roshi. Thank you. I'd like to sing a little song about one of the meanest, wickedest women of all time.
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
No, but close. Schroeder, set the music if you please. Cruella DeVille, if she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella DeVille, this vampire bat, this inhuman beast, she ought to be locked up and never released. The world was such a wholesome place until Cruella DeVille. Hello guys, Roshi VA here, and yes, I have resurrected the real reviews for a short time as things are starting to get better. And I wanted to talk about the newest Disney live-action remake, prequel, Cruella. Honestly, when I first heard about this movie, I was like, ugh, not again, not another friggin' Maleficent. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of most of the Disney live-action remakes. My most hated ones being Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Alice in Wonderland, and Maleficent. So when I heard about this movie, I was cautious. But when the trailer came out, my interest was piqued, especially since the lovely Emma Stone is portraying the character. Emma Stone. I was genuinely interested when this trailer came out. The look of this film is so stylized, sort of Tim Burton meets the Joker meets the Devil Wears Prada. So I, of course, had to take a look. And what did I think? Well, let's see. The movie starts off by giving us a look at Cruella's childhood. Her real name is Estella, by the way. Next thing you know, they'll tell her that she'll be flying solo. Anyway, her mother becomes an unfortunate victim to Dalmatian-related circumstances and is orphaned. She makes her way to London, where she meets two ragamuffins named Jasper and Horace, who bring her in and raise her to be an expert thief and pickpocket. 10 years go by, and Estella designs fashion in her spare time. So she gets a job as a prestigious fashion designer's, Baroness von Hellman's, assistant, where she learns some awful truths about her. Thus, Estella adopts a new persona to ruin the Baroness's reputation and beat her at her own game. Fashion newcomer and bad girl, Cruella DeVille. Then the war is on between Cruella and the Baroness to decide who the true queen of fashion is. So, what did Roshi think of this movie? Well, a lot, really. First, let's focus on the good. This movie is so wonderfully stylized. The acting is phenomenal from everyone. Emma Stone knocks this role out of the park. I mean, she's no Glenn Close, but she came pretty close.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Emma is good at playing both a sympathetic and yet deliciously dark character. Jasper and Horace are hilarious and add a bit of heart to this dreary tale. Also, the soundtrack is very enjoyable. Mostly 60s and 70s songs, but really good ones. The first 2/3 of this film are really well done story-wise. Now, we get to the bad. Yes, unfortunately, as entertaining as this movie is, its flaws are very obvious. For one thing, the writing goes all over the place, adopting several genres such as a fashion movie, a psychological movie, and a heist movie, which works for the most part, but in some places you can definitely see story fatigue. The allusions to the original 101 Dalmatians movie make no sense story-wise. It's like they just throw them in there so you can say, oh, they did the thing! Also in the original, one of Cruella's big traits, if not her biggest, was her obsession with fur and skinning animals to make said furs. Here, it's just fashion. No signs of dog murder or abuse anywhere in this movie. In fact, she has 2 dogs in this movie. Now, I don't condone animal abuse or death at all, but I figured that'd be a part of Cruella's character. It's one of the only things that makes her threatening, at least to the animal world. Here, Cruella doesn't pose much threat. Oh, she's smart and talented for sure, but not that menacing. At least not enough to warrant her own theme song. Tiny little nitpick too, but it was a little too long, clocking in at 2 hours and 14 minutes. But, for what it's worth, amongst the sea of boring, bland, and just plain insulting Disney remakes, this one was actually enjoyable. I had fun watching these characters. I had fun watching Cruella's descent into madness. So yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. Maybe not shell out $30 for it, but if you can see it in theaters, drive on down and have yourself a devilish good time. Roshi gives this film a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching my reel review, and we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on what movies you'd like to see me review, please type them down in the comment box below. I'd love to see your suggestions.